A realistic guide to finishing tough opponents from the back. Let's have a look. Hey guys, I'm Professor Tom, this is Gary. We're going to have some fun today looking at finishing people from the back. Now, I do apologise in advance because you're not going to win any friends with your training partners doing this, but I'm here to give you guys real advice. So, let me just tell you this in context. I used to be a nice guy from back control, you know, I'd put my hooks in, very like IBJJF friendly, you know, I'd like try to control things, I'd fall to the side, I'd be trying to control feed, I'd be trying to go for my chokes, always trying to get under the jaw, spending years getting under their jaw, and then he tucks his jaw back, you know what I'm saying, and you're like, oh well, I better abandon the choke. Don't want to be the guy that chokes the face. All right, so here's the deal. Sooner or later, I'm not recommending you guys do this in training a lot, okay? But you're gonna have to realize that two things that high-level guys do when they compete, if you look at, I mean, like these are the best guys. These aren't guys that are being bullies, these are the best guys. You look at Gordon Ryan, say, finishing from the back in EBI would be a wonderful example because that guy's a master of this. Doesn't matter which side they'll fall to. If they fall to the, what used to be known as the weak side, but often now people like, they'll often body triangle, okay? Maybe tuck behind here, doesn't really matter, but they're gonna squeeze that thing hard, okay? So here's the other reality. Even if he ducks his chin, high-level guys are gonna choke right over, no matter what you put in. Remember, it's not gonna be about a compression, you know? Most high-level guys don't really squeeze rear nakeds. They sort of pull this rear elbow, okay? So with my head next to him here, if my hand is underneath, I'll often try to control that hand, try to get my elbow out now. If I do get under his chin, I don't want to have my arm stuck. So if I'm ready to choke, I'm often going to extend that, start getting my elbow out, cut under his chin here, and now go straight fist over fist. I shoot my fingers out like Wolverine, ching, okay? So chin to fist, fist over fist, shoot the fingers out, and now I pull back on that right elbow, okay? Understand that if he puts his chin down, I can still just choke right over the face, and the only difference is your neck and teeth and jaw and everything else isn't gonna feel good tomorrow. Understand that that's become very much totally okay and tolerable in the IBJJF gi or no gi. I agree, I think if someone can do something like that on the street or whatever, that we can't feel comfortable protecting from the back. Now let's look at some realities. Sometimes you might be training, a guy puts his chin down or something, and you've been trying to get under there, so you end up just locking over his face. Now most of the time, if I do this to my students, I would just lock lightly or something, and then maybe work for something else. Okay, I'm not gonna put them through it, I practice my squeeze separately. So for me, when I'm here, if I can get under the chin, great. But now this guy's your friend. He's your training partner, he's your teammate. It's the young guy or girl at your academy, or the old guy or girl at your academy, doesn't matter. And you don't want to choke them on the face, and you don't want to body triangle the heck out of them. Well, let's have a look how we can use that same position to our advantage here. So I can fall to my side, keeping my head to his head. I've got a high lower hook. I can body triangle if I wish, okay? Now from this position, my right hand is now gonna seek to control the punching knuckles of his bottom arm. From this position, my left hand can now come over my right wrist. Okay, you can form a karate chop, a fist, or a figure four, totally up to you. And what I'm looking at doing is I'm looking at rotating my knees, hands, and elbows away from me, okay? What I'm looking to do is to get his weight on my hip so that I can now hip out, okay? Notice I'm not trying to really move Gary over to that side. I'm just here, I rotate him away so he's only on my left hip, and I move out. Now I bring this leg over and I cut down to put him flat on the mat, and now I'll come up and start attacking at the wrist. And start attacking at the wrist, okay? So, looking at this armbar as an option, especially if guys are really defending their neck, and I get his elbow high. To do this attack, really, we want him to flap the wing up. That's the armbar, not this. This is the easy part. This part here, this elbow flapping, that's really the armbar green light. So as I'm here with Gary, I extend away, I hip out, he drops into the pocket, I cut him down, and now I can sit up and start attacking. Okay, obviously when they grip their hands together, we've got videos on this, guys. There's multiple different ways to break, but you want to have an arm that's thread all the way through, so I can lean back with my own leverage, keep him down, knees are always squeezing, and then eventually we're gonna come to the end of the lever, which means right where his hands join, not at the wrist, right at the end of the lever, and then thumb up over one of our hips, get the job done, okay? So, that's a realistic guide to finishing from the back. If you're not used to holding seatbelts tight and body triangles really tight, or having that done to you, or having your jaw choked, just be aware that in competition, that's fair game. I think it's okay. I think jiu-jitsu needs to have a few of these more, not rough techniques, but like realistic techniques. You know, I always tell people, if they're under mount or on the back in my jiu-jitsu classes, you know, we have MMA classes for striking, but we don't strike in the jiu-jitsu class much. I would say, just be aware that that guy could be beating the crap out of you right now. So just keep in mind, if someone's on your back, just because you're not tapping doesn't mean he couldn't be beating the crap out of you. Because remember, on the street, he could just be hitting you with downward elbows on the back of your neck, which I'm sure feels just great. All right. So I hope you guys have fun. Remember, the back is a good position, but you got to be a bit mean with it. A lot of my students say, I can finish from the mount, I can finish from side control, but I can't finish from the back. Can't finish from the back. And my answer to them is always the same thing. It's just like, well, how's he reacting? He's fighting for his life, you know. You go, oh, Jesus. He's fighting for his life. He is doing a chin-up to save his life. And how much intensity are you using to finish? How much aggression and intensity are you using to finish? You're just going, well, do arm bars work when you go for them that slow and light like that? Like, you got to fully commit and go as hard as you can. Be willing to be rough. Like when you're finishing an arm bar and they're holding their hands together and you're ripping back with all your force, that's how you should do chokes at a high level too. So I hope that helps a few of you. Please don't hurt your training partners, but the right training partners will want a level of roughness like this. Not injury, roughness. There's a big difference. I don't want you getting sore necks, but getting a bit of a choke on the jaw or face to let you know that you're vulnerable from the back is an important part of the jiu-jitsu toughening up process, if you ask me. That's just my 2 cents. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. A realistic way to finish from the back. You've got the armbar, you've got the rear naked choke, get it done. Have fun, guys. I'm Professor Tom. I'll see you next time.